Welcome, everybody, to today's show. A boomer and a Gen Xer walk into a bar, coming to you from the Rabbit Hole Studio, where you, as our listeners, will experience some wit and wisdom, some smartassery, and a mother and daughter questioning, are we even related? My name's Bobby Joy, and my co-host is my mom, Jane, and we're here to entertain you today with, I think, something that my co-host knows a lot about.
Thanks for that kind of introduction. Yeah. Well,
we were talking about our topic. I was like, well, I have no experience in this, so I'm just going to wing it.
I definitely do. But before we get started, as our listeners know, we hit our 1 year mark and we already celebrated that anniversary. And it was interesting, some of the questions that we got regarding the anniversary show. And I did have someone ask me, hey, do you guys really not know what your topic's going to be when you start the show? Because I always say, hey, Bobby, what's our topic today? And we definitely do know what our topics will be. We have to research our topics. Yeah, there's been a couple that have been off the cuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I like to research. You like to research. And so if it's something that's really deep, we have to go find some facts and find some studies and things like that.
Because I don't want to sound like an idiot talking out of my ass.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, I mean, I want to have, credible sources. Look, and we're not going to tell the listeners on which episodes it was, but there have been times either I have not said the topic or mom has not said the topic, or we just really don't know what we're going to talk about until we actually sit down behind the mics and go, hey, what are we talking about today?
Yeah. And so sometimes if it's, just a pretty face value type of topic or surface topic, we don't really have to research anything. We just pull it out of our butts, like you said.
Well, right, because I mean, this show is our opinions.
That's right. So because we're not professionals or we're not experts on anything, right?
I mean, and we're a professional asshole, but
well, I'm a doctor of nothing. So there's that. And you also had some questions, Bobby, related to our anniversary show and about if we've learned anything about each other, didn't you?
Yeah. And I was kind of like, did you listen to all the episodes? Because, it was. So
what was the question? They said, what'd they say to you?
They asked me, did both of you learn something new about each other so far?
Well, I definitely did for a moment of silence for, 20 minutes on air. Yeah. What? And did you, Bobby, learn something new about me?
I did.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And I think we learned something new about Dr. Domain and his boat. Sorry, Dr. Domain.
Ouch.
Scratch.
Better call the wambulance.
Yeah, well.
But no, we did. We got some really good questions, and I think that if we do compile enough questions, if listeners want to send them in, we could actually just do a show of questions.
Yeah, and people ask, sometimes we just do not agree. That's for sure.
Yeah,
and they've asked, do you walk away from the studio mad at each other? The answer is no. We're adults, for crying out loud.
No,
and we have a right to our own opinions, and as long as I don't try to shove mine in her face and she doesn't shove hers in my face, we're all good.
Well, you can't anymore because I'm an adult.
Well, I do chase you down sometimes. I have run down the driveway.
It's like that TikTok
saying,
of that guy chasing the other guy
you
with
better
the chloroform.
Not do that again.
Yeah.
So
I mean, let's not get it wrong. Yeah, I am almost 45 years old, but she will still whoop my ass.
Well, it isn't that. It's that, again, we do not see eye to eye on a lot of things. And there have been times when both of us have bit our tongues during these episodes when we're recording. It's like, oh, do I want to take her down? No, not today. I won't do it. But
so what the hell is wrong with you?
Like, after the show and we get out of the studio, it's kind of like, what were you thinking, you bonehead?
And that's kind of the premise of the show, is the fact that we don't agree. Now, there are some topics that we don't touch on because we did make a I guess it'd be a gentleman's agreement beforehand that these, 3 topics were not
Okay,
going
did
to cover.
something transpire between the last show and now that you're a gentleman? Because
Well, I'm saying that's what it would be called historically as a gentleman's
we
agreement.
got a handshake agreement. Yeah. That
Yeah.
we aren't going to talk about certain things, and we're not, and again, it isn't that we're mother-daughter or that we're related. The fact of the matter is we're 2 intelligent adults, and you know what? We know how to treat other intelligent adults. And you just don't treat people badly because they've got a different opinion of you.
No, absolutely not.
Than you. So today, when Bobby was saying that I have a little bit of experience in this, it is true because several of my friends and I have been talking about this, and it is, why are we losing our hair?
Me.
Yeah, you.
Womp womp. End of story. It's me.
Yeah, you're not losing your hair because your hair's nice and thick.
No, I'm saying I caused your hair loss.
Yeah, probably. It caused it to go white, that's for sure. But, men have a genetic, what do I want to say?
Predisposition?
No, well, maybe. I was going to say retardation of genetics. Now, that's not a bad
It's
word.
a scientific term.
It is a
but
scientific
men
term.
are kind of retarded. So
where
let's
they...
go.
Okay. You might want to watch your P's and Q's down there. Where they do bald, they do have that issue. Women typically don't have the issue of balding, although there is, what is it, alopecia?
I was gonna say, I've seen a lot of balding women
that have that. But we started looking this up because I do have the issue. I've always had very thin and fine hair, and
Right.
my beautician has always said, "Oh, your hair's not thin. You've got plenty of it. It's just very, very fine."
Yeah,
And
and
you-
I think that's what my sister has too. Is she has more of your hair than
Yeah, you can see through our hair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like my hair can be down.
and mine. You can barely get a comb through because it's so thick.
Yeah, so yours look like dreadlocks.
That's not the
Real
hair.
short
That's
ones.
the not showering. But, yeah.
So anyway, started looking some of this up, and we all know that there are genetics and hormones that cause some of the are common causes, leading to the gradual shrinking of our hair follicles,
Right.
In men, it causes receding hairlines and bald spots, while in women, it typically results in thinning hair along the top of the scalp. What?
Nothing. In men, I call it forward-thinking foreheads.
Dr. Tomei isn't even cracking a smile on that one. Okay, well, we're going to move right along. But, when I was younger, I remember my mom saying this, and so did a lot of the women that were her age. They used to say, if you kids keep perming your hair, you girls keep perming your hair, or you keep dyeing your hair, you're going to lose your hair.
You used to tell us that if you
And it
keep
was
dyeing
like-
your hair, your hair's going to fall out.
Ta-da! And the U.S. judges give us a 9.5 for that information.
I was going to say, I don't see it. I'm
You
not
don't see it, but it does contribute
Yeah,
because of the harsh
absolutely.
chemicals. And what happens is, the scalp, the skin atrophies, just like other parts of our body. Our skin gets real, real thin. And so it does make a difference. So if you are not dyeing your hair, you're probably in better shape than some of the rest of us when you get older.
Unless you have really shitty genetics, and then you're
Yes,
you're
yes.
screwed from the beginning.
Right. That's absolutely correct.
And it's not just genetics. I mean, you're looking at poor nutrition, you're looking at
Yep.
stress, underlying medical conditions, not just alopecia,
Right.
other things cause it. Even medications can cause it.
Oh, absolutely. And so when we were looking this up, those are all really great examples of what has an impact on our losing our hair.
Right.
And some of it can have to do, this is kind of funny that I found out. If you're in a high stress job and you're a woman and you're in a high stress job, it is not uncommon for us to grow facial hair more so than what a regular woman in a lower stress job would be.
Are you just You're just making excuses for the black,
For my beard.
for the black hairs that I can see from here.
No, it's true.
You know, I got asked by somebody at work, why do you keep tweezers in your truck?
Because that's the best
It's
time
the
to
best
see 'em.
light.
Yeah.
It's the best light. I'm
It's
like,
like,
I can see it now. And I'm sitting in the parking lot at work just trying to pluck the one hair.
Because I could have one that's 4 inches out of my chin and Dr. Domain will say nothing other than, why didn't you tell me? And he'll say, I thought you were trying to grow a beard. I don't know.
Well, I mean, and in high stress jobs and things like that, just like, and I know you know this, but like when a woman has her time of the month, the chemical that's released is testosterone.
Right.
So we're releasing more of that testosterone. I always think it's funny because I'm like, the whole reason that women act like bitches on their period is because of the high testosterone. I said, so we must be acting like men for that week.
Well, I'm not going to broach that one right there. But
it is a surge of testosterone, especially in, very high stress, high anxiety environments where you're there for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And you're really working to keep up with everybody. So yeah, I totally believe that facial hair is more pronounced with women like that.
And it's funny that you mentioned, when somebody's on their menstrual cycle, that I remember when someone, a previous husband, would say, you're such a, when you're on your period. And it was like, well, maybe you're more of an asshole. On it. I don't, as it turns out I was, but
that's not the point.
But that's not the point. That's not the point.
Wrong time to bring it up is what I'm saying.
So normal aging involves, hormonal changes, obviously.
Of course.
Like menopause in women, right?
And premenopause and perimenopause.
Post-menopause, yeah.
Pre-menopause,
yeah.
I don't know.
And once you've gone way over the hill and you can hardly move, pause. But a slower hair growth cycle does occur. And again, stress, environmental exposures, people who are out in the sun a lot their skin can thin a lot quicker than someone who's not. And as you mentioned, certain health conditions can definitely accelerate hair loss. But there are some things that you can do about it or try to. But if it's genetics, you're pretty well screwed.
Yeah, you don't have a prayer.
But what happens in the normal aging process is most of us know as we go into that slower growth cycle and our hair follicles shrink. And shrinking follicles and fine hair, what happens is it produces shorter and finer hair strands. And then what happens? It starts breaking off. And I find balls of hair around the house all the time.
I mean, I shed like a Rottweiler, so I mean, I got hair everywhere.
I
don't know how it's.
So
not
I have
thin.
to ask you this because your hair's not long, but
not now,
but you had some longer hair.
Yeah,
and your daughter's hair was a little longer, and so was
which one?
Both of them.
Oh, okay.
And have you ever taken the laundry out of the dryer and had a big old wad of hair on it?
Yes.
Is that the grossest thing?
It is. And what pisses me off is I cut my hair a little while ago. It's been a couple weeks now. And I'm still finding my balls of long blonde hair on my laundry when I take them out of the dryer. And I'm like, this is unnecessary. This is completely unnecessary.
I suppose we probably shouldn't be telling men this stuff, should we? I mean, we recognize that our hair is thinning, but we don't want you to recognize that our hair is thinning.
Well, maybe if they get the, information, they
can give us less stress.
Exactly. They can not bring it
Like,
up. Like, you have the information. Okay, shit's happening. Don't bring it up.
So they say that there's some topical drugs out there that help. And
are we talking about the hairspray in a can?
Is that what was that called?
I don't remember, but it was.
Oh,
it was
do you
like
remember Dr. Domain?
Hairspray, but it was colored.
Why would I know?
Because you're the one with the shining head in the studio.
We're not sure if you tried it.
No.
Rogaine.
Oh, no, I was talking about the
thinking.
actual, like, you shake the can up. It's like literal spray paint, and then they would spray their hair.
Yeah. And so that the part in their
And they're
hair
like,
wouldn't look
it's
so
and
wide.
it's not even the same person in the before and after photos.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, really?
Yeah, that's
really
kind of funny.
Yeah.
So, but the FDA has approved like minoxidil, which is Rogaine. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Yeah.
And that's available over
And that's
the
been around a
counter.
long time. I mean,
Yeah.
Rogaine came out, in late 90s, I
Well,
want to say?
it came out for men.
Yeah.
It never came out for women until like the 70s, late 70s.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, now it's available for women.
That's crazy. It's been around for that long.
There's also some oral medications, and let's face it, there is no proof of any of this stuff. So let's all calm down about it. You can buy
and just because the FDA approves it doesn't mean that it works.
right,
And that's
right.
one thing we will be getting into on another show.
It
so.
means that it's not going to work like acid on your head,
Right.
But
like
it doesn't.
might not kill you. It might not kill you.
It might not cause you to grow a third or fourth arm.
Might not
but
cause crickets to fall out of your head.
That's
I mean, that's the only thing that we can cross our fingers and hope at this point because, yeah.
Yeah. So there's some laser light treatments. So have you heard of those?
So I've heard of them for like other areas of the body.
For your face, for
Yeah.
facial, usually
Facial,
a red.
like facial or like hair removal.
That was
me.
Bobby stifling a sneeze. But yeah, they
excuse
have
me.
laser light treatment.
But like, really, I mean, really, is that all it takes to actually fix
No.
something? It's not.
No, it's
like
not.
going in and saying you don't need liposuction. You just need to immerse your body in this freezing temperature for 20 minutes
Yeah.
every 3 days, and it'll. Well, okay, there might be a little bit of truth to that, but come on now, laser lights, really.
Also, microneedling. And I've done microneedling on my face.
I thought that was where isn't that where they tattoo?
No, Oh, no. That's I'll come to that in a minute when I think of what it is.
Microblading.
Microblading.
Okay.
But microneedling is where and I have the machine upstairs, and you buy these little attachments, and they can have anywhere from 12 to 36 little needles in one little attachment. And what it does is it goes in and it pulses on your skin and goes in and out of your skin, and you set the depth based on how much you want to see a change in your face.
Okay, so
right?
what I'm hearing so far is tattoo machine. Okay, keep going.
Kinda.
It's literally like
Yeah,
a tattoo
it is.
machine with
It
a
is.
larger needle count on it.
Yeah, but it doesn't. They're not putting dye in your skin or anything.
Well, no,
like
but
that.
I'm saying just like the machine. Yeah.
But what it does is it forces the collagen to come to the surface of your skin. Now, when you turn 50, 60 years old, forget it, folks, because you don't have that collagen any longer. You're not producing it like these young girls are and these young guys.
I think
are
I'm not
producing.
anymore.
But are you producing anything, Bobby?
I'm not sure I'm producing anything at this point.
But that also has been a new development that people are trying for their hair.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've done the microneedling on my face, and I've done the red laser on my face. But again, I don't have any collagen left, so I'm kind of just doing it for recreation.
It's recreational use, officer, I swear.
Because I got nothing else going on, so I do that. But do you know anybody that, like a woman, we won't say men, because men, we're pretty used to men balding, and that's no big deal to us. But do you know any women that have really severe?
I mean, I know it runs in our family on your side really bad.
Yeah, my
in the
mom's hair
women.
was really, really thick, and then of course when she got older, it fell
and your
out.
sisters and stuff
Yeah,
was always
true
like
that.
once they got older, it was but otherwise, I mean, like I know a couple of men that have done like the hair transplants.
Yeah. Did
which
that
is
work?
Crazy. So I'm gonna say no, but I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
Maybe it did work, and I'm just looking at it, wrong. But it's weird because they take the hair follicles from other parts of the body.
Oh, gross. Like off their legs or something?
Like, and I'm just like, is that, of course I got to crack jokes because that's what I do. And I'm like, is that like back hair or butt hair? I just want to know what I'm looking at this point because,
Oh, my God.
I guess I don't see I grew up with the whole, it's just hair mentality. I dye it, cut it, bleach it, lose it, whatever. it's just hair.
Yeah.
And I guess that's me. So I don't know.
Remember when there were a lot of guys out there who wore toupees? Did you ever wear a toupee, Dr. Domain? Just out of curiosity, did you ever wear one?
No.
Why would he need one?
Yeah. Why?
His luscious head of hair over here shining in the
nothing to do with
lights
genetics.
of the studio.
I
was
lost
just
mine in
asking.
school.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I noticed it after I went on a field trip at school.
That you lost?
Yeah, I went on this trip.
Like
and
that
now
one trip and all your hair fell out.
We went to this, trying to think of the name of the place, Chernobyl. And when I got back, I noticed it was thinning.
I was gonna say,
So that was an immediate response.
I grew up with a friend who actually was balding at 16.
Yeah.
And he was almost completely bald by the time he was 18.
Yeah. I remember kids in high school that
Yeah.
they were balding, and it's
That's
like
crazy.
dang,
But
that's
like I said,
kinda
I always
crazy.
grew up with that mentality of it's just hair.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to stress about it because it's just hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's there's other vitamins and, tinctures,
Vitamins.
and oils and things like that.
Tinctures.
Castor oil is supposed to be one that has a little bit of evidence behind it.
Castor oil has been used for everything.
Laxative.
Everything.
Make you poop, make
It's
your
like-
hair grow.
It's like morphine, but
Put it in your belly button to make
not
your digestive
deadly.
system
It's
work
so
better.
crazy.
It is kind of crazy. And then biotin, of course, is the vitamin that kind of helps your nails and your hair grow. But I remember seeing a guy who had the hair transplant. And it was like he had little X's on his head.
Yeah,
Where,
where they put the new
hair
pores and stuff.
follicles.
Yeah.
And does that stay forever, or
No,
does that heal up?
allegedly, no. Allegedly, no.
He had these things put in a long while back.
Yeah.
And I thought, does that ever seal up? I mean,
I'm
what's
not
going
sure
on
that
there?
I think the hair is supposed to grow over it so that you can't see it, but I'm not 100%. I don't know.
Would you rather be bald or have those little pockets on your head? I don't know. I'd rather see him bald. I mean, Dr. Domain shaves his head, which I think is very attractive.
He has kind of a Friar Tuck thing going on, though.
He
If
does
he doesn't,
today.
if he doesn't shave it, it's a whole Friar Tuck thing.
I said Bozo the Clown.
God. At least he didn't get one of those toupees with the magnets that were installed under the guy's skin.
Oh, he shut you off. He shut you off. Oh my goodness. He shut your mic off. That's so funny. No, I do like a bald head. I think it's attractive. So
Okay.
look at him. He's just gloating now. But perms also, we talked about the chemical damage of dyes and stuff because they have ammonias and peroxides and perm
Especially
solutions.
bleaching.
Yeah. And perm solutions are so alkaline. They can weaken the hair on the outer layer and the cuticles. And it just really makes it dry, brittle, and prone to breakage. And really, breakage is the main problem. And we think that it's really just our hair thinning. But scalp irritation, I think I told everybody this, but when
Oh, Lord.
when we were in Georgia, we stayed in our motorhome for like 3 months waiting for our house to get done. And we have slide outs on it. And every freaking time I was underneath one of the slides, I'd come up and just smack my head so hard. And it was just terrible. And, Dr. Domain was like, should I get you a helmet?
That's my first thought. You need a helmet at this
Ultimately,
point.
what happened was I hit it so hard I almost passed out. And it caused me...
You have no self-preservation.
I have nothing. I got nothing.
There's nothing up there.
And also, it gave me vertigo. And if you've ever had a bad case of vertigo,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
It's bad.
Horrible. Well, anyway, since that time period, where I got and I kept hitting the same spot.
It's not even different spots.
It wasn't. It was like, why can't I just hit a different spot?
You're just the epitome of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
I'm like the poster child for unsafe acts, aren't I?
Yeah.
And to think that I was a safety director,
I know,
and
it's
compliance
crazy.
director. But so anyway, so my scalp now is it's a mess. And my dermatologist is like, "Oh, you must got hit in the head."
Yeah, like 43 times.
Or dropped as a
As a
baby.
matter- yeah.
Something like that.
Probably both, but yeah, definitely.
Other things, obviously, that can cause hair loss are improper applications or chemical burns that can occur from, like I said before, perms that can damage your hair and potentially lead to scarring on the scalp. And, you know, the reason, I mean, you see a lot of guys shaving their heads. Most of them don't get a lot of perms, and most
Right.
of them don't do a lot of hair coloring if you don't have any of it. But anyway, the frequency of dyeing or perming your hair can cause cumulative damage to the scalp.
Well, that's
And,
just common sense, though.
ultimately, you know, I'm just telling you, as an old woman here, if you want to save your hair, girls, you might want to consider, I don't know, maybe not putting so much chemical on it at this point.
Maybe not using 4 cans of Aquanet back in the 80s to get your hair for glamour shots ready.
Why are you calling me out?
Listen, all
Why
I'm
are
saying
you calling
is
me out like that?
you don't have a single glamour shot of me. That's
Oh,
all I'm
my
saying. Okay. You and my sister, it was like every other weekend, let's go to glamour shots. And
Oh,
then
my
like, you know, you
gosh.
choke on the hairspray.
I remember those.
It's-
My hair was so big.
Oh my God.
It was
Both of
crazy.
yours. It was insane.
crazy. Yeah. So you look back on some of those 70s pictures and you go, oh, what happened? But anyway, I think that's probably all I've got for the losing your hair today.
It sounds like we'll probably be looking for a new IT person since Dr. Domain
since
took
we've
the hit on
insulted
this
him
one.
as much as we
What's
could.
this we shit? This was all you.
Oh,
You
wait a
did
minute.
this.
You're
did
bailing
this.
on me now. Well, that's all the insanity we have for today. And we really do appreciate you joining us here. And we appreciate you going into year 2 with us at the Rabbit Hole Studio. Be sure to follow us. We look forward to spending time with you each week. Please like us and share us. And if you have positive feedback or you have a topic, please send it off to us at boomerandgenxer@gmail.com. Hate mail, we're still not accepting that. As a matter of fact, it's probably laying out there somewhere with my hair that's falling out of my
With
head.
the 53 cans of Aquanet.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, until next week, I'm Jane Burt.
I'm Bobby Joy.
And you're stuck with us. Peace out.
Later.